with Humana One. You can call right now and get a free quote. Single plans start as low as $63 a month, and family plans are also available. You'll feel better as soon as you call, knowing you have protection for your health and your finances. Rates vary by age and location, so you need to call and get your personalized quote.
The number is 1-800-814-9059. Talk to Humana One and start feeling good about your health coverage.
So many underprivileged kids need a place to sleep. That's why with every mattress purchase at Ashley Furniture Home Stores, $5 will be donated to A Hope to Dream, providing mattress sets to needy children. Learn more about A Hope to Dream at Ashley Furniture Home Store.
If you were injured on the job, you may be eligible for payment of current and future medical bills, money while you can't work, and a settlement for permanent injuries. I'm attorney Michael Sullivan. If you've been hurt, or if your workers' compensation is being terminated, I'd like to help. Insurance companies have experienced lawyers, so should you.
Call attorney Michael Sullivan toll free 1-866-301-3700.
Saturday at 8, a prime time Big East battle. Louisville travels to Seton Hall. Saturday at 8 on WHAS 11. Card Note coverage on WHAS 11 is sponsored by Pepsi.
Truman Talks Live on Great Day Live is sponsored by the Karl Truman Law Office.
Accidents and injuries can happen anytime, anywhere, and considering how much of our lives is spent at work, they can easily happen while we're on the job.
Workers' compensation makes up for lost wages and helps pay doctor bills. So attorney Karl Truman's here helping us understand how this system works. Hi again, Karl.
Good morning.
Workers' comp. Let's just start with a basic premise.
Well, workers' comp deals with someone who gets hurt on the job. One of the common questions that clients will ask me is, well, or they'll say, well, my company took a guard off a machine, or they left a dangerous condition. Well, one of the things about workers' comp is you don't have to prove that the employer was at fault, or just like if you're at fault, it does not prevent you from recovering benefits.
So just to clarify, this is a physical injury we're talking about, though, not something where somebody feels like they've been bullied by a superior and they have to leave a company over that.
Right. There needs to be some physical injury, whether it's different in various types of injuries. We see a lot of back injuries, shoulder injuries, just all types of physical injuries.
So obviously, if someone's going to be out of work for a little while, they want some compensation for lost wages. What about medical care? Because those bills can really stack up.
Well, that's true. And since we practice both Indiana and Kentucky, we have to look at different laws and how they can work together. It depends, because you could have an employer in one state and get hurt in the other state. And so we look at how those work together. But in both states, if you're hurt on the job, again, it doesn't matter whose fault it was, whether it was your fault or the company's fault. If you're hurt on the job, they are required to provide your medical care. One of the big differences, though, is that under Kentucky law, you get to pick your doctor, and that's really important, versus under Indiana law, that the company or their insurance company gets to pick the doctor and tell you what doctor to go to.
But if we can step back here, do you have to prove that there was something amiss, like say there wasn't a shield over some sort of chain or whatever on a piece of equipment? Do you have to prove that, or they take your word for it, the workers' comp board?
No, the only requirement is that you be injured during the course and scope of your employment. So again, it doesn't matter if you accidentally stick your hand where it's not supposed to be, or if the company does that. Now, one of the things that we do you talk about like guards on the machine, is we also look at what is called a third-party claim. So let's say you are in a factory and the machine itself is defective. The company didn't do anything, or the machine itself is defective, and you get hurt, we may be able to make a claim against the manufacturer of that machine. Or let's say that you're running an errand for your employer, you're making a delivery for your employer, and you're in an auto accident, somebody hits you. You actually have two cases there. You have your workers' compensation claim, and then you have the negligence claim against the person that hit you.
Is it something does someone really have to fear some pushback from an employer if they are hurt on the job? I mean, do you find that a lot of employers do try to contest it?
Well, that is a common concern that a lot of clients have, is they do fear retribution, or an employer retaliating
Maybe
against
being
them.
let go, even.
Well, you can't, the law does say you can't retaliate against someone because they filed a workers' compensation claim, but sometimes that is difficult to prove.
Yeah, that's the headlock you're in, is you're worried about whether or not just to accept the pain and move on because you're worried about your job. But you call an attorney, and I guess you get some answers to your questions.
Well, ultimately, you have to decide what's best for you and your family. As far as if you have a serious injury and you need compensation, you have to get medical care, you can't work, and you're going to have a permanent injury. So you have to decide, how you're going to take care of your family.
All right, Karl, thanks a bunch. If you'd like more information on workers' compensation, you can contact the Karl Truman Law Office online at trumanlaw.com, or you can call 502-222-2222. Back in a moment.
You've been injured and have questions about your legal rights? Call a lawyer now. The insurance companies are already working hard to fight against your claims. Don't accept a quick check until you check with us. Call the aggressive attorneys, Winters, Yonker, and Kennedy.
People who know cars, like the people at IntelliChoice, know Toyota's got the best value. People who know cars, like R.L. Polk & Company, know Toyotas last longer. And people who know cars know the value of driving a Prius at 50 mpg. Now you can lease this new 2011 Prius